California Governor Gavin Newsom just went on a right-leaning podcast with Sean Ryan, who is certainly no Democrat, and just dropped an Epstein bombshell on Donald Trump. So far, Gavin Newsom hasn't really weighed in on the controversy regarding Trump. This is the first time he's done so, and he made a really good point about Donald Trump and these Epstein files. So I want to show you just a couple of clips from this podcast interview he did for over 4 hours, might I add. But before I do so, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about the story, and let's dive in. While Gavin Newsom and Democrats are talking about the Epstein files, Republicans are running full speed ahead away from it. Not only is Donald Trump and elected Republicans, not only are they leading this effort to kind of get people to stop talking about it, but now MAGA influencers like Charlie Kirk are doing the same thing. This is what he said on his show today.
Honestly, I'm done talking about Epstein for the time being. I'm going to trust my friends in the administration. I'm going to trust my friends in the government to do what needs to be done, solve it, balls in their hands. I've said plenty this last weekend. So if you guys want to see my commentary on it, that's fine.
You know, it's just interesting that Charlie Kirk now says he doesn't want to talk about Epstein anymore after talking about this story for years. And it's interesting timing because over the weekend, according to some new reports, Charlie Kirk got a call from Donald Trump, who saw Kirk criticizing Pam Bondi and taking the side of Dan Bongino and Kash Patel in this whole Epstein file debacle, and Donald Trump set him straight, essentially telling him to stop talking about the Epstein files, and what do you know? Now Charlie Kirk says, I'm not talking about it anymore, and that brings us to this clip of Gavin Newsom talking about the files, talking about the controversy on this podcast with Sean Ryan. And as I mentioned, he made a really good point, and I think his answer here is really mature. It shows a leader who actually understands the situation and can properly evaluate it. So take a look at this clip of Governor Newsom.
Let's talk about the Epstein stuff. You know, there was a big push in his campaign about releasing the Epstein files. When are we going to see the list? And I mean, he rode that, you know, in the campaign. And then
the whole thing has always been, to me, a sideshow. But I thought it got real interesting when Elon put out that tweet. And then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, what file? Epstein and Trump knew each other. That's not even, there's no fake videos. Those aren't AI videos of those guys hanging out. It would make a lot, I don't know. I'm going to leave it to more objective minds. I have no objectivity. I'm not going down this rabbit hole except to say what Elon put that out, I thought it was a big tell. Something's up.
A lot of weird stuff's going on. I mean, you know, and you know, it sucks because you want to take people for their word, and time again, you know, we're seeing that word broken, and it's made me rethink how I choose my leaders.
Really well said by both men in this clip, actually. You know, starting with Gavin Newsom, I thought his analysis of the tweet that Elon Musk put out was right. I mean, look, before everything has happened with Epstein in the past couple of weeks and these documents and the conversation surrounding it, we all knew that Donald Trump knew Epstein, was friends with him. But, you know, I don't think any of us really went down that rabbit hole. You know, none of us really were particularly interested in it beforehand. You know, Epstein obviously took his own life. Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison. The DOJ, the FBI said, yeah, we've convicted everybody that there is to convict. And then out of nowhere, Elon Musk drops that tweet saying that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That really changed the game for me, and I think a lot of people. Like, I don't think the Democrats are conspiratorial by any means, but once Elon Musk gives us a reason to believe that Donald Trump is somehow associated more than what the public knows, that's obviously going to raise some questions, and it has. I agree with Gavin Newsom kind of saying, you know, that tweet kind of sparked our interest as well. And what's so important about this clip is that Sean Ryan here, again, this is a right-leaning podcast, he on this podcast is questioning Donald Trump, saying, you know, I thought I could take him at his word. Now I'm rethinking how I vote for my leaders, how I support people, who to support in elections. And Gavin Newsom is on the podcast making the really strong case for Democrats, not only talking about these Epstein files, but also hitting back at Republicans who have constantly criticized the state of California. In this clip, he said, more patents, more engineers, more researchers, more Nobel laureates in my state than any other damn state, along with many other accolades that California and liberal states have over Republican states. So not only is he talking about Epstein and hitting Donald Trump from that front, but he's also just spitting facts as to how Democrats are better leaders, better politicians, better officials than Republicans. Take a look at this clip as well. It's fantastic.
What separates our game from the game played elsewhere is innovation, entrepreneurialism, more patents, more engineers, more researchers, more Nobel laureates in my state than any other damn state, more Fortune 500 companies in my state than any other state. Look that up, because I know people are rolling their eyes and saying, no, it's Texas. You're wrong.
It's true. I looked it up.
And we're, by the way, a donor state. We provided $83.1 billion more than we received from the federal government. Texas took $71.1 billion. I'm not saying that to bash Texas, but you know what? Pretty proud of my goddamn state.
I saw
Punching
that
above
too.
our weight, man. But AI,
Can you repeat those numbers?
$83.1 billion we provided more to the federal government than we received in the same year that Texas received $71.1 billion more than they provided to the federal
So
government.
you're a net positive.
Net positive. 9 out of 10 of the donor states are Trump states, and I don't mean that pejoratively, Trump. 7 of the 10 are Republican states, but 9 out of the 10 dependent states, welfare states, are Trump states. The donor states disproportionately the blue states. 71% of the country's GDP comes from blue counties. These same crack-up counties with all these crazy liberals that can't get out of their own goddamn way and the world's come to an end. It's 71% of the economy of the goddamn country, man.
See, you know, that's why what Gavin Newsom is doing here by going on this conservative podcast and others that he's done recently is so great, because the Democrats actually have the facts on our side. These Republican podcasts, the Republican manosphere, as it's commonly referred to online, just distorts the facts to make people think that actually, wow, Republicans are okay. They actually get stuff done. It's the complete opposite. It's the Democrats who have these really strong economic states. As he mentioned, 71% of America's GDP comes from blue counties. These are the same blue counties that Republicans say are in dire situations. They're on the verge of collapse, yet these blue counties are keeping America afloat. And as he also mentioned, 9 out of the 10 donor states are Republican, are Trump states, states that voted for Donald Trump. I mean, come on. The Democrats have the facts on our side. We have the policy on our side. We have the achievements on our side. And I love that Gavin Newsom is going into these Republican states and highlighting these achievements, effectively making the case for Democrats, and also simultaneously calling Donald Trump out on his lies while he does that, calling him out for this whole Epstein debacle that Donald Trump has found himself in, when he said he'd release all these documents, declassify them, and now he's not doing that. So anyway, I will leave this video there. I just wanted to show you these awesome clips of Gavin Newsom on this podcast talking about Democrats, talking about Trump, the whole Epstein debacle that he's in. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It goes a really, really long way. Click the notification button to stay updated on all my videos. You can also watch the show on Spotify, link in bio for that as well. Make sure to like the video, comment down below. I know I'm throwing a lot at you right now, but I very much appreciate all of your support. I'll leave the video there. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk soon.